it's going to be a different game to what happened in the previous one, for sure.
Enemy minions
And
will
it's
arrive in
flipping
5
sides
seconds.
of the draft, right? Where in game 1, it's Dominator picking a hyper-aggressive early to mid-game draft. This time, it's KAGENDRA taking their draft, implementing on their own. And for Dominator, it's a very well-rounded one. You have strong tanks in the form of TubZ and L. You have strong late game in the form of Jurl and CC on Xiao Qiao and also Global Marksman. So that really flips the script. Like, who plays it better and who needs to prove themselves?
Look at the blue side right now. It's going to be Pei, the one that's going to try to do the invasion over there on that blue buff. Very dangerous movement over there, very early from the Pei.
I mean, you need to do whatever you can to stop this Luna from getting that comfortable level 4 mark right here. That's why you see the early game rotation coming in from the side of DMT. It's not to put the Xiao Qiao mid, it's to match whatever that KAGENDRA is looking to offer. Make sure that they sit themselves at top and mid lane, make that 3v3 happen, and make sure that TNX doesn't get invaded level 1.
Let's wait and see what's going to happen. TNX right now has already an advantage. He has more gold because that Face's Pei has been just making extra movements, not being able to just really focus on his jungle. That's going to give an advantage for TNX to make it to level 4 earlier.
They did spend some time trying to look for that invade here. So both junglers are sitting at level 3 on the 1 minute 30 mark. Heading towards the top side here. Both of these battle tanks in this patch, none of them can kill each other in lane. There's not going to be any sort of solo kills. I do think that they will need to get that priority on the push and see how they can affect the map with their movement.
At the beginning, the early stages of the game, it's going to be very difficult for them to kind of like leave that clash lane. But look at that, Solid takes in and he's going to find TNX in the mid lane. He made it to level 4 and then he used his ulti for a 2v1 in the mid lane. Hopefully we'll see those highlights really quickly in the replay.
That's why we say priority is important. We saw Solid get the early push, immediately roam towards the mid, ultimate flash on towards TNX, and mid lane once again, Feishi forcing the flash on towards Jurl. TNX going in with the reset here, getting the kill on the Feishi. Feishi's dropping solo. Will he get burned down? He doesn't get burned down, and TNX has no ultimate here, but the cavalry is here. The sprightly enhancement bailing him out of safety.
Wow, Facer going out of there with 1 HP, running away, still forcing TNX to lose his composure. He saw the Bitesy coming in and that gave him a little bit of PTSD as well.
Oh, that's just scary here. L here getting poked yet a bit by the hands of Blue on that Bond Weaver here. It's just standard stuff. Global Marksman just wins early in that early 2v2. We need to see how the early converts that 2-3 item power spike against CC. But once CC scales to 4 to 5 items, that's where the Global Marksman outscales the Parasola.
That's gonna be a completely different game, but to make it to 4 or 5 items, we're gonna have to push it all the way to 12-13 minutes. Can we already push it there? We know that the Pei has the momentum at the beginning of the game. We are 30 seconds away from those first objectives battles. And I know that TNX and Facer right now, they're just counting gold, counting coins to see if they can actually get in there.
We need to see who slips up first, who falls in terms of that focus here, but we see a bit of a camp here. Flash engage doesn't catch on towards Zan. Zan dodges the multiple knockups here, has the parasol to get himself to safety, but he's so low, he cannot sniff this EXP. But panning towards mid lane here, 4v1 against TNX. TNX has to clear the waves, has already successfully been doing so. The refreshes are coming in, forcing both teams to take the handshake.
Look at that, it's just a matter of the tempo. Look at this, we have a 3v1 over there in the bottom lane and then we come into the mid lane just to see a 1v4. It is just counting down to the movements, to how they're gonna give the keys, because we are making it in here. The turrets are going to fall over there for the farm lane in terms of KAGENDRA, and that is bad news for them.
Yeah, a bit of an extension coming in from TubZ here. Solid playing the Baishi to a masterclass, just out tanking the Spark base coming in from Dominator Esports with the 4v5 on towards the map. This should be a free Tyrant coming in for KAGENDRA, and yet another kill thanks to the fact that Senko pulled Jurl into the welcoming hands of Solid's Baishi.
KAGENDRA right now with that Solid Spicy pick, completely has Dominator with no answer to this. They do not know exactly how to face this Piety, and that Piety right now, due to its mechanics, it's just putting Dominator in a little bit of a corner.
And this is in towards Kagendra's power spike right now. Arlie is out of the lane jail. Feishi gets to have so much farm on towards the map. It's really down to Solly and Senko to continuously push on towards the pedal here. Mid lane here, Solly forces to pop the ultimate to escape towards safety. But look at the pull! Once again, on towards Zero. Punishing for that over-eagerness. Tough Z, no flash on cooldown. Gets taken down as well. Feishi checks into TNX, but look at the pull once again. Almost getting hit, but gets pummeled by 3 members here as it is an odd number fight coming in for Kagendra.
It is a 2-1 trade for Kagendra. It's going to be good for them, but right now as they're trying to push away, the fight starts back one more time in the river.
Zan. His taunt catches on towards CC. CC overextends. Zan, after taking down that tier 2 in towards the bottom lane, gets that rotation, gets the flank, and that's 2 quick kills in towards the pockets of Kagendra. Jungle is wide open for the buffet.
Kagendra is right now controlling the game. They are on the driver's seat. They've got control of the waves and they've got control of the fights. You can see it's not looking really good for Dominator Esports. Hey, right now, and all Kagendra under power spike.
That's a worrying factor coming in from DMT. It sort of looked like the game 1 situation where Dominator kept pressing Kagendra in that mid game, which allowed Kagendra almost no room to breathe for that late game. And right now, Kagendra is doing the exact same thing against Dominator in this game 2.
Yes. So you see, like, at the end of the day, it's just going to be coming down to the teams and being able to understand the tempos. Look at TNX in there, is trying to come in, trying to find in Zan. Zan is not going to allow him, and he's going to be able to put some pressure over there on the farm lane, on the clash lane, sorry.
Yep, right now is down to the tempo of the strong power spike. Feishi and Zan, definitely the 2 members that Dominator needs to look out for. They are super well farmed up, and if they're on those side lanes, you better bring more people to actually capitalize on their mistakes, because that may be a window for DMT to come back in towards this game 2.
So you see, like, right now, the decisions that come in from Kagendra, they understand that they've already got an advantage. They do not need to go and try to make the fights without the objectives. They come in, they take the Overlord, and right now when they have the fight, they might be able to take that as well.
Flash engage coming in from Solid, catches on towards TNX though. TNX already escaping with those refreshes here. Tough Z, no flash. Where is the follow-up? There will be no follow-up. That does make sure that it's a handshake between these 2 teams. But DMT, they get a good rotation, forcing the recuperation coming in from the side of Kagendra on that mid lane, so they get a free mid tower.
Free mid tower they get in here, then putting so much pressure. TNX has not been able to control his blue buff no more, and his blue, the mana is such an important element for that Luna. Without that blue buff right now, that TNX Luna is gonna be unable to fly around.
It's like Marco Polo without a Crimson Golem. It's like Marksman without a Crimson Golem. Luna without a Azure Golem. You can't make those refreshes as smooth as before.
That's the thing, right? Like, if you want to play the Luna, there's so many different elements that they need to align for you to have a real domination. For you to have a real advantage, there's so many different elements that they need to be there. And not being able to control your own Azure Golem, it's going to be really bad for Dominator. Look at this, Kagendra one more time, understanding the game. It's a gold game. They take the last one of these tyrants.
Yeah, the regular Tyrant will despawn at the 9-minute 30 seconds mark, so getting the last one before the shadow objectives will definitely put you at ease. But talk to me about this Baichi coming in from Solly. He's everywhere from minute 1 until now. He's been all over the place getting those big setups.
And the important thing about that, like, it's just gonna be Baichi as he grows all stronger and stronger. Baichi is one of those very late game heroes, right? The more items that he's going to have, the bigger a tank that he's going to be, the more HP that he's gonna have, and the easier that it's gonna be for him to sustain into the late fights.
Look at it once again, the engaged anyways coming in onto a Solid, but not enough players are around that ultimate weapon here. So a 1-for-1 exchange between L and also Solid here. But look at the counter initiation here. Hellfrost are going blinking low. That's the full ball marksman late game potential here. But with the superior positioning coming in from KAGENDRA, it seems like they can get access towards this Crimson Golem and potentially that Shadow Tyrant.
Solid comes in, he jumps in with his ulti, he gets onto 3, but there's no follow-up in there. There's no follow-up damage, and that was a very big problem mistake. Right now, as they want to come in for this Dark Tyrant, we can see that Dominator is not gonna let it go for free.
Yeah, that's an encounter cast just on towards full 4 members here. That's a lot of poke damage here. So Hellforce are a bit of a worry coming in from DMT. Who does this Tyrant go towards here? It goes towards the TNX! He lands the steal, but has no way of escaping here. He has already burned the new moon. The fight is all over the place right now. 2 men down already for the side of Dominator. Jero answers one on towards Solid here. Senko gets the pull, but doesn't answer anything for the side of DMT.
DMT comes in, they take the Dark Tyrant, but to what cost? It's gonna be a 2-1 trade for them. They lose Top Z and they lost TNX as well. That is not a good trade in my opinion, because at the end of the day right now, KAGENDRA is gonna have a green light to come in and take this Overlord.
Jero off the ultimate. Forces the positioning coming in from Facial. Facial jumps in with the Tigress here. Gets the first kill on towards Joe here. Joe overstayed his welcome here, and L is the second one to fall. Double kill going in the hands of Zon as Facial still wants to play for aggressive approach here. 3v5 once again. How do they play this? I don't think they actually can even face check this.
They have no priority over here towards the Overlord. If you know that you cannot contest it, why Gerald and L are jumping in to try to fight that? They were unable to stop the Overlord. They did not win any time, and at the end of the day, they end up just going back to the fountain because they lose their lives.
I was gonna say that DMT, after stealing the Shadow Tyrant, they were looking really good because they are looking to outscale KAGENDRA's comp. But after that play, at the Shadow Overlord right now, is accelerating KAGENDRA's push for that high ground.
Right now, Baiti already pretty charged, and it's gonna have a lot of magic resistance. That Luna has nothing to do against the tank coming in from KAGENDRA.
Right now, we're just waiting for the waves to crash in coming in from the side of KAGENDRA. If Dominator can pull this game into a 14 to 16 minute mark, then we will see the late game Floorball Marksman and Xiao Qiao come into action here. They have solid front lines, beautiful Top Z and L, but if they cannot hold their horses in this high ground push, then we won't see the late game.
We can see that right now the ultimates are available for KAGENDRA, as we can see the bangers coming in. They're going to crash over here at the bottom lane.
Bottom lane right now.
Pressure against the high ground turret right now. It's going to be easy to claim that dragon. There's a second banger coming in. It's not going to be too much pressure. There's nothing for KAGENDRA here. They need to push back.
It's a very good defense coming in from Dominator Esports, because that's the difficulty of KAGENDRA's draft. If this game goes later on, where we have 4 to 5 items, that's not going to be easy for KAGENDRA to actually end the game. A late flash coming in onto a CC. No follow-up, a 3-man knockup coming in from L, as members of KAGENDRA are slowly falling one by one. That was beautiful by L.
One more time, Baiti comes in, gets the stun onto 3, and there's no follow-up damage. Gotta be careful, KAGENDRA, because right now you have the upper hand. You cannot keep missing these dunks.
Well, they didn't even get the high ground end towards the top side. That's just bad news for KAGENDRA.
It is not looking good. They need to really finalize this game. They need to really just start pulling up things together, talk to each other, calm down and breathe. Because if they keep making these mistakes, look at this. Right now it's going to be Dominator, the ones that are going to have the priority over this Dark Tyrant.
It's just looking so dire for the side of KAGENDRA. They were controlling the game so well for the first 8 minutes until they lost that Shadow Tyrant steal to TNX. And they didn't get any sort of value with the Shadow Overlord push. which led to that team fight.
Yes.
And right now, DMT, in terms of scaling, Xiao Qiao, CC on the full-born marksman steady will is way ahead of Zan and also Face. Check out mid lane though, as we see Top Z getting the engage on towards Zan, forcing the retreat. But look at the top side, minions piling through, getting that tier 3 is a freebie.
It's just looking crazy. It is just looking insane. Right now, KAGENDRA trying to just clean things around, but Dominator having control of the map. Sadly for them, they lose that high ground turret, and that's gonna bring them super minions. One more question and one more ball of stress for them to try to fix.
But if we look at this top side tier 3, we think towards TNX history, he had lost a game to the Dominator, which is the team he was in last time because of that. And right now, we see a bit of a poke and prod towards the top side here, forces up some flash, Solid flashes in, looks for a target, but there's no follow-up, there's no teammates here. He's left there to dry, Blue is down, and Zon, where are you going? That personal dance towards the wall. That is just 3 members, and with waves marching through top side, this might just spell the end of KAGENDRA in this game too.
Saggy, look at that. The minions are coming in. The high ground is going to fall. It's going to be a 5 against 2. Can KAGENDRA just be able to keep their dream going on a little bit longer?
There's no wave clear here, Isaac.
No.
First wave through. Okay, wave is secured. But Beishu does fall. Nice pull on towards TNX. TNS has to commit the new move. 5 seconds on towards the
gonna have to push?
Dominator, they're going hand. They want to go for the end. Can they do it? They got it. Disadvantage in game 2. They force the comeback and they take game 2. 2-0 for Dominator Esports.